Cutting it way too close by having her here near the end of Nikia's session. That girl has big jealousy bones.
I assure you that she'll have vacated the premises by then. I can manage this. Trust me.
Well, but I do trust you to make a wise financial decision now. Remember I told you you're underinvested in domestic mid-cap funds?
Yeah, that does ring a dim bell.
Well, look here at this Bright Star Renaissance Fund. I found it on Morningstar. Great rating.
So what do you recommend?
5% in your portfolio, of your portfolio.
Do it.
Done. And I'm gone. Got to make this trade and about 10 others pronto. But I might stop back.
Oh, why?
I think I'd like to meet this GWYNNETH Ellsworth. She's probably needing some investment advice.
No. Don't be silly. With the $2.4 billion she inherited from old Ellsworth, I'm sure she's doing just fine.
I bet that $0.4 billion is exactly the problematic part of her portfolio. And a handsome man like me is just the one to fix it.
Oh, you forgot a modest man like you. Yes, you may visit, but I want some time alone with her first. And then hands off, she's mine.
Aren't you being a bit greedy? One woman on her way, another in the wings. You have no right to monopolize all the female beauty on the planet.
I'll monopolize all I want in my own studio, in my own house, in my own home, beginning with these macadamia nuts.
Have it your way, Mr. Bill Gates, but be aware of us nimble little startups, us Facebooks and Twitters. We're very fast on our feet. I'm taking these. I'll return the bowl.
Ta-ta. As if she'd have any interest in you.
Ta-ta.
Oh, hi, Nikia. Come on in.
Hey, Craig. What's with Marty? He didn't even give me a hello on the street. And he had this scowl, like he just ate a raw onion or something.
Oh, he's just greedy sometimes, and I called him on it.
Greedy over what?
Macadamia nuts. He wanted all of mine, and so he just took them.
He isn't usually so ill-mannered. Anyhow, I have good news.
Hit me. Oh.
I brought the most wanton silk scarf. You're going to love it.
I bet it'll make me happy.
Maybe too happy to paint.
Let's see. Definitely alluring in a classical way, yet Nubian, maybe Egyptian or Ethiopian. Oh, you know, I love your Ethiopian bone structure, don't you?
I do have some Ethiopian blood in me, you know. Craig.
Yeah.
I was thinking, your ability to create something lovely from the world is so dynamic.
Thank you.
And I was reading how the school district had to lay off art teachers this week because of the governor's cutbacks. Did you see that?
I did. Wasn't it right next to the article about slate mining companies not having to pay taxes?
Yeah, but it was a shell, I think. Am I moving around too much?
A bit. Try to stay still while you're talking. You keep talking. And so
I was wondering if we could both contribute some money or time to teaching inner city kids how to create beautiful art. What do you think?
Not a bad idea on a small scale. I mean, I have to work hard to pay my bills, buy canvases and paints, do marketing and all, but I can spare something. But we'll have to save that star for the next painting in our series. Well, let's just rest it here for now. Okay. So, you'll return to Monday's pose.
Okay. Let me move this stupid little plant.
Let me move it. I have to keep the petals facing in the right direction, and it's not stupid. That plant is an intrinsic part of the scene we're creating. The pink reflects your roseate skin tone.
Am I roseate today? That sounds so beautiful the way you say it. That's why working with you was such a pleasure. I know I'm appreciating it.
Always, and I mean that sincerely.
So, should we resume exactly where we left off?
Please, arms extending on the cloth as they were on Monday. Be sure to hit the tape marks. right toe isn't on the mark here. Adjust it here. Adjust this here.
Do you like my foot?
Oh, you know I love your foot. This much.
Oh, you're such a doll. So romantic.
It's how you make me feel. But you need to...
To what? Nothing bad, I hope.
No, I just need you to be better able to take redirection without a frown.
I never frown when you redirect me.
And I need less buckus when I ask for something different.
And I never give you buckets either. I wouldn't dream of giving you buckets. Even when you're a slave driver. God, sometimes you're worse than Adrian down at the billing office. But mostly she's worse. Especially with filling out those darn HIPAA forms. Wrong ID for that patient, Nakia. Wrong box, Nakia. She's crazy. As if it makes a damn bit difference.
I'm sure Adrienne is a nut with all those medical forms, but I'm a nut about some things too.
That you are.
I have to be.
Yes, you do.
So bear with me when I say this pose has to be more languorous.
What?
More bendable and relaxed. Relax.
Like a flexi straw.
Yes, exactly. This is perfect. I'm just penciling in your knees and thighs. So graceful. Getting the shading right. The light flowing from my left on the darkness is so tricky. Damn, it's hard to do justice. It's hard to do justice to your beauty.
You're so flattering, Fred.
Every word of it is true. Even if I am lucky, every brushstroke will be true too. What a goddess you are.
You know, this is so much more rewarding than medical billing.
Oh, there must be some medical billing hidden delights that you're just choosing not to reveal to me.
Well, code 1043 is one of my favorites.
1043, what's that?
Priapism.
Priapism? Never deflating male member? That's dangerous.
Well, fun to think about, don't you think? Admit it, you even like the sound of it.
Huh.
Cry.
Nakia. Nakia.
It'd be endless.
You're altering your pose. And how do we get on the subject anyway?
It was you, asking me all those sexy billing code questions. You've been naughty. Imagine, talking 1043s and asking me to keep my composure.
If we keep going on like this, I might lose my artistic concentration.
You can't. This is number 9, and you said we had to finish number 9 to complete the series. So I'll shut up for a while.
Okay. No need to go to extremes. Let's just talk slower.
Fred.
Yes?
What are my 9 moves with Nakia again? I keep forgetting some.
Angry, amorous, bored, contemptuous, defiant, ecstatic, indolent, slothful, and this one, languorous.
And how much were you promised for them all again?
$18,000.
That's $2,000 in new pose.
I think your moves should be worth at least $5,000 each, but what are you going to do?
And what's my share of the $2,000 again?
I promised you 10%, but of course, that's on top of your sitting fee. You're so, so worth it, sweetie.
I could pose for you for days on end.
In theory, you could.
But in reality, only 20 minutes. This is all of my beauty that I can bestow on you today.
Well, I am making the most of it. I adore the contours of your forearm. If I could just capture it perfectly, what an artist I would be.
Brad,
Yes?
have you thought about my idea?
About telling Adrienne you wanted to work fewer hours? It's hard for me to advise you. I mean, I could use you for a few more hours a week here, doing a bit billing, but my needs vary, so...
No, not that idea, silly. You know about sticking to what you're great at. Painting nudes.
My problem with that has not changed since Monday, Why should I limit myself to one style?
Because it's so you, Craig Carson, Prince of Nudes. Isn't that what the art world critic called you?
I'm the Duke of Nudes. My dear, let's stay in the moment. I need you to raise your left leg a bit. This one here, okay? Okay.
You know nudes are your best style, don't you?
Well, you are my best female model.
That won't do.
It's not, folks, it's not easy pleasing Nakia. I mean, I love her to death. Why won't she simply accept a compliment and move on? I mean, I would. And wouldn't you, sir? Would you take a compliment and just move on? Just take it. You know? And you, sir, wouldn't you just take a compliment? And I mean, somebody says you're a great kid, Jesse, you're going to say, sure I am. Wouldn't you? And you, ma'am, somebody said you look beautiful tonight. Wouldn't you just take it gracefully? You would. I mean, she's sweet. She's lovely. Somebody give me a strategy for dealing with this woman, this beautiful woman. But it's so hard for me. Any ideas? Well, it should do. It should please you no end.
You should see, after all these years, that the naked form is the loveliest, most beautiful thing in the world.
That you are, my dear.
Stop. It's not about me. It's about the damn human form.
I'm still with you. Turn your head a bit to the left, sweetie. There you go.
And when you compare what a flower can offer, well...
Flowers can be stunning, too.
I mean, can a dahlia do this, dark? Can a hibiscus heave, honey?
Not that I've ever seen, and I've been painting a long time.
I mean, can an orchid be orgasmic? Well...
Never.
So it makes sense to...
To what?
To give it up. Switch to, you know. You're making fun of me.
Oh, why would you say that? Oh, I can see it now. Nakia's 24-hour naked figure painting cable channel.
Nakia and Craig's. Okay, you're getting the idea.
But, sweetie, all of this is well and good, but why? Why would I want to give a shut down my floral painting? Why deny something that I love and that my public appreciates? I don't understand. I mean, you know what I sold this very hibiscus flower painting for? This one? $5,000. That is significant. Not as much as for my nudes, but...
Don't you see, honey? It's not just about the subject matter. It's about us and our lifestyle. And do you know what would please me?
What?
If we were to...
To what?
To kind of move in together?
You want to know what I think of that idea? I think I'm enjoying painting and being with you and singing a veritable love song about you in acrylics. Okay? It's a love song in acrylics. And that's just about enough for me. Okay. So you want to move in together. And you want to trash the subject, change the mood, and destroy this lovely moment we've been creating here.
No need to get all huffy about it.
Look, I know what you're thinking. I'm commitment phobic, right? Well, I didn't invite you to be here more often, to work longer hours, and take on new responsibilities. I mean, the reason I did that is I want you more in my life.
I guess. But it would move us up to such a higher level in our relationship. If I moved in, I'd make it real comfortable.
Honey, I'll think about it, but I might not be ready. You have to be prepared for that. You know what? I think it's a good time for you to take a break. I mean, for today. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'll take a walk around the block. Maybe take some photos of Carolyn Vynn's clematis. God, they're incredible.
Yes, they are. She has such a green thumb. Those clematis are the joy of the neighborhood. Tom Steigerwald used to say they were sublime. Remember?
I do. He told us to notice, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. And see, you do love flowers.
Sorry I said that. I'm also stopping by my house. I might come back with my pink keys.
Ooh, that'd be great. But let's save it for Friday. This afternoon, I'll paint you from that little photo that I took of you, okay? then I just paint in the indefinable soul of you later.
Yeah.
I can fill it in with the quintessential Nakia.
Okay. Craig, you make it sound so sweet.
Thank you, sweetie. I'll see you on Friday. Yes, yes, better, better. Hello?
Craig?
Yeah, Winnie?
Yeah. I'm in the neighborhood. My GPS says I'm right in front of your house and gallery.
I'll come right out.
Hi, Craigie!
Well, hello, and welcome to my little GWYNNETH in Elkins Park.
Delighted to be here. And look at you! Dapper as ever!
And you are still quite lovely.
You've hardly aged.
Well, let me show you around, and then we'll sit down and catch up, shall we?
It's a splendid plan.
As you can see, this is the garden. So, right here.
So, this is the source of your inspiration for the series of peony paintings.
Oh, you know my peony paintings. I'm quite flattered.
Oh, I'm a long-time admirer. I've told you that, silly. And those are the sunflowers that you painted last year, the one featured in Art World, aren't they?
Well, not exactly. That's this year's crop, but they're just as imposing, don't you think? Not everyone's idea, of what's beautiful, but they're...
Everyone's? Ha! Lord, no. But I should stop myself.
It's worth thinking about. Others might see them as ugly, domineering discs, like they want to take over, but I enjoy their strength.
Craig, do you know what distinguishes your floral work?
Tell me.
What raises it high above the common rut of floral daubers is those paint by number amateurs. Yours has extraordinary sensibility.
Oh, yes, I can listen to this.
I mean, it's your talent for drawing the deep structure that yields beauty. It's not just some pedestrian interplay of light and shadow.
Well, I wouldn't call shadow and light interplay pedestrian, but anyhow, would you like to see my studio and gallery?
Lead the way, my dear.
And this is where I stretch my canvases and paint, and back there is my gallery.
No, Craig. Craig, I knew I loved your floral work from the few gallery pieces I've seen, but Craig!
Yeah.
And I was impressed with what I saw in the magazines and on the websites, but this!
I see you're a fan. It's so rare to meet someone like you who's so well-educated aesthetically and who likes everything I've done.
Oh, I didn't say I liked everything.
What? What don't you care for?
I don't want to diminish this serendipitous moment, but that overweight African-American trollop is really beneath you. Really. You should exercise your libido in healthier ways.
Overweight, trollop, as in whore. This is my top model. We're talking about Nakia, Washington.
Top model? Let's avoid this nonsense, shall we? I'm suddenly hot. Could you spare a glass of water? And can you afford a moment to just talk before we get down to business?
Okay, sure. I have lots more work to do, but I always have more. And what a terrible host I've been. Why don't you take a seat in the garden? I'll bring you something pronto. Okay?
You needn't go through all that trouble.
Nothing but the best for you. I just have to stop and think. I'm picturing you in college, sitting next to the statue of the alma mater.
You remember that day, too?
I could paint it from memory. You were sitting below the statue on its left, near that spray of wheat with the crown on top. You were writing something in your notebook.
Probably my diary. I was always scribbling.
I remember thinking, how can I meet this beautiful girl? That creature with extravagant hair, pretty nose, gorgeous eyes, and long anyone who finds the owl will marry a Barnard girl. So I made it my business to find it, especially when you were there.
I had looked for it myself without luck. I was amazed how fast you found it.
Yes, I was determined. You were so darn pretty.
Were? Have I lost that much?
No, not at all. And then I found the owl, and I found the courage to ask you out.
I remember. We went to go see a chorus line, and then we went out to the Russian tea.
The Russian tea room.
Yes, the Russian tea room. It all comes back to me now. I remember I loved the Bellini. We had 2 good dates like that, didn't we? Why did we stop?
I guess we just got distracted by...
My life. Yes. And then, only a few months later, I met Kent.
Yeah, wasn't he that little hunchback fellow with the thick glasses?
Oh, that was nasty. Don't be nasty. I might just leave if you talk
No,
that way.
don't.
What got into you?
I guess I just had a flashback on my jealousy. I was quite green back then, and still am with it.
No.
I don't
No
suppose
more
you-
insulting behavior, are we clear? I mean, my husband did everything for me, and all of the creative, interesting things that I am able to do are because of his foresight.
I'm sure he was a great guy.
You're not being sarcastic, are you?
No, that was rude of me before.
I guess we awakened something there that maybe was better left dormant.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, I think we should get what I came here for. You know how I absolutely adore your floral paintings. Well, I have another passion. I think the world should have a much greater appreciation for our amazing city. Don't you?
Sure.
And we are a marvelous city of flowers, aren't we?
More than any other city. I mean, we have the Philadelphia Flower Show. Who has that?
Nobody.
And we have Longwood Gardens.
Only the world's most elaborate and splendid gardens, and less than an hour outside of town.
A worldwide treasure. And so?
And so, we have a unique opportunity.
Those are my favorite kind.
Don't be arch with me.
Me, arch? I've never been arch in my life. Well, maybe a rye a little bit, and occasionally pumpernickel.
Which reminds me,
Aye.
do you have a projector?
Yes, pumpernickel and projectors, 2 great key words. In fact, I do. Would you like me to set it up?
Yes, please. I have some images on a PowerPoint I want to show you.
So,
While you are accommodating me, I'd like to speak to you about my vision.
wow.
A gateway. An amazing gateway to our fair city, symbolizing what gives life and beauty to the planet.
Wow.
Flowers. Radiant, splendid flowers, standing majestically atop our most famous monuments and public structures.
Exciting!
And now I will show you based on the most rudimentary artist rendering. Let's not even call them artistic, but here it is first, like a crimson flame atop the Ben Franklin Bridge. As drivers from New Jersey enter our town, they see a gigantic 40-foot-high Craig Carson rose, done in enamelled structural steel. Based on...
My paintings?
Precisely. What do you think?
I think, I see that picture. I think it should have more convoluted petals,
Yeah,
different
you grasp
shapes of
the idea,
pink,
don't you?
Yeah, I kind of like the idea.
And you like the idea, don't you?
So far.
At ground level, we have powerful spray misters. Do you know what they spray?
Pretzel aroma? I'd love that. That'd make me hungry.
No! Rose scent. You can sort of smell it right now. Here, this will help.
I like it. Spray some more and show me more.
Then, atop the Philadelphia Museum art steps, not that boxer goon people associate with our city.
What, you're gonna banish the Rocky statue?
No, we can't do that. The morons want him there. But he's now at the foot of the steps, and we'll keep him there. But atop the pediment of the art museum, you'll create a gorgeous...
Don't tell me you want a dandelion.
No, nothing so vulgar. An orchid, as sweet and feminine as femininity itself.
I like it. You know, I paint the most splendid and sensuous orchids.
Of course I know.
How many feet high That would be a total sacrilege.
No.
I mean, I may be egotistical, but this is so not happening.
I must admit, I'd originally planned on dumping Billy Penn, but I do have a fallback position, and a little surprise for you. Bernard! Hi, yes. Bring it in now, won't you?
Who is that?
Thank you. That's my driver, Bernard. A very sweet gentleman. He's bringing in the model right now.
What model?
This model. Now, won't that be impressive?
Oh, yes, this here.
Think of what it would do for your career.
Let me take a look. Whoa.
Yes, thank you, Bernard.
I think Bernard would go away from the limousine. Okay. So tell me, Gwenny, how do you think city officials could possibly allow this? I mean, this is...
What can I say?
I guess it's your charm.
You don't mind that I'm getting so close to you.
I suppose I should say I'm shocked. But I'm enjoying all this too.
Oh,
Oh, this darned.
am I being a bit too
much.
forward in our reacquaintance?
I don't know what to say. You're like a hurricane.
Too intense.
This is the kind of extreme weather I could really enjoy. Excuse me. Hello?
Hi, Craig. I noticed Winnie's car is still parked outside your studio. May I come over?
Must you?
I have replacement nuts.
Well, that is just so important to me right now.
And I have a particular recommendation on Renaissance Holdings and a very intriguing spreadsheet to show you. I promise I'll be unobtrusive.
I should hope so. Well, I suppose I cannot bar you from my doorstep.
See you in a flash.
That was my friend Marty, who wants to come over and show me a new investment pick. I love the guy, and he's so persistent, annoyingly so.
That's sometimes how you get what you want out of this life. But I could leave and we could resume another time.
No, please stay.
All right. I am so enjoying our little moment, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. But you know, I feel there's so much we haven't said. I mean, why me? Why now? You're gorgeous, just like your nickname says. I'm just surprised. This is all quite a lot to take in. On many levels, I mean, it's so much different from my average day. Do you know how boring my average day is?
Yes. Tell me the average day in the life of a genius. Regale me.
Well, there's nothing genius-like about it. Me staring at a blank canvas when I'm in the middle of a project. Me arranging a model or subject matter. Hardly exciting. Me lost in thought, listening to all kinds of music for inspiration. And me taking my cockatoo, for a walk or two.
Cockatoo on a walk or two. Cockatoo on a walk or two. I love it. See, you're remarkable even when you're not trying to be.
Oh, please.
I've been following you, you know.
What?
Not like a stalker. Is that what you were thinking?
Well,
I'm more of an extreme fan, a total devotee. You have to understand that I feel you deserve a special place in the art world.
I'm beginning to think I'm lucky to have you at my side.
Oh, you don't know how lucky yet. Kiss me, genius.
To be continued?
So, and with this 5% coupon, this little muni bond will pay off handsomely and finance your retirement.
But I don't want to retire anytime soon. I love my work.
Well, then leave it to your kids.
But I don't.
Well, future possible kids. One never knows, do one?
Marty, let me introduce you to an old friend of mine. This is GWYNNETH. I knew her in college, but we've only recently become reacquainted.
Pleased to meet you.
Marty here is my investment advisor, and he's also a friend, a neighbor, and an art buyer, at least of my work.
Oh, and what particular style or subject matter of Craig's do you collect?
Flowers, of course.
Excellent. I, too, so adore them. Doesn't Craig have an incredible sense of the ensemble effect of floral beauty?
Absolutely. I was just saying that to him the other day.
And the intriguing way in which he delineates the finest features of pistils and stamens. I mean, with such precision and artistry. It just gets me
Yes, what a marvelous skill set he has.
Oh, folks, please, you're embarrassing me. Okay, I'm going to go clean up my brushes until this little fan club meeting is over.
Craig's florals just alter my state of mind. In fact, whenever I'm in the middle of a bear market, I just glance over at his painting in my dining room called Orchid's Orgy. And it's almost as if the market is up again. Or on my office wall, the unbelievable reclining nude is
The
so...
reclining nude? Not those trite things.
Ouch!
No, I didn't say that. I said reclining dude. Oh, it's just a guy buried in peonies, lilies, and lilacs. Fantastic. The great thing is you hardly even see the guy. He's practically invisible under all that petalage.
Very interesting. Petalage, yes. I'd like to see that someday. But don't let me interrupt you. I understand you were visiting to tell Craig about some stock market thing or other. I'll just be a reader.
So, that Renaissance fund I was telling you about, well, forget it.
So soon?
Are you ready for my big reveal?
Oh, the big reveal? Come on now, what are you becoming, man? The Bachelorette?
This is going to take all your contrarian instincts and bring them to the max.
You've got that right. I am a contrarian, so don't tell me.
Don't you want to know?
No.
Just wait till you hear.
No, I don't want to hear it.
But
No.
thank you. Now you said it. Now you said it's very countercyclical, but this is your thing. Are you ready?
Okay. You won both of us down. Hit me.
I've got the Izzy Ranoff countercyclical fund.
Izzy Ranoff? Izzy, the guy's been in all the headlines? Are you telling me you're doing business with that creep?
That's not what you're thinking. Look at this perspective. Okay? Look at this. This fund is actually managed by senior executives at Goldman Sachs. They just licensed Bernie's name and call him for his advice.
The advice of a convicted felon?
Ranoff has a bum rap. I mean, his name is unfortunate.
I thought he ran off with other people's money.
I mean, sure, he's a criminal, but his record on picking stocks is actually superb. He tells us what investments are underappreciated and going against the general tide. He beat the last downturn, so the fund just taps into this wisdom, and you can take the rest of it to the bank.
No thanks, Marty. I think I'll stick to hog-bellies, or maybe just painting hog-bellies.
Is that all you've got?
I didn't know you were interested in investing.
Certainly. Certainly I'm interested in investing. That's one reason I'm here today. Oh, pardon me for barging in on your conversation.
Oh, that's all right. Marty doesn't mind. I don't either.
And you are interested in investing, huh?
Interested? My good man. I've been managing and jockeying my portfolio ever since my dear bunny passed away. What do you take me for?
From where I stand, I take you for a ravishing beauty, who also happens to be quite intelligent.
Sweetly stated. You've made my diary. But you two finish up. I have more business to do with Craig when you're done. I hope you have something more reasonable to offer Craig than that ridiculous fund. I could use some assistance managing my 900 million. And so far, you're not proving your worth.
Assistance? Well, that is my strength. Here, I'll show both of you. Look at this. AAA rated bonds endorsed by the leading financial advisors of our time. They pay 4% annually. That's 2% better than anyone else is delivering. That's a shame I didn't bring a second set for you.
That's all right. Here, have my card. Call me. And yours. Did you say you live nearby?
Yeah, it's just down the block, 918, 7 houses down that way, on the other side of the street. It's a huge Queen Anne Victorian, blue and white with huge pink and blue hydrangeas.
I might just stop in, say, 5 or 10 minutes to see those paintings you mentioned, and perhaps to do some business. Might that be convenient for you?
Oh, definitely.
Good. But now, if you don't mind, I'd like to speak with Craig privately.
Sure, I'll leave you two alone. Craig, look over the documents. And be good now, you two.
Oh, yes.
Craig, as I've said before, I'm totally enamored of your floral work. That's why I showed you all these ideas.
Of course.
So to make this happen, I would like you to commit to nothing but this project for at least 2 years.
What? Nothing else?
Nothing. I want your full attention, and I will make it worth your while. You'll receive a stipend of $500,000 a year, plus $100,000 for each major work you complete.
Whoa!
And
But wait, there's more?
should you need art assistants, carpenters, mold makers, and so forth, my foundation will take care of it.
Whoa.
Do you find my offer attractive?
Oh, very.
But
the no other art projects part, that's very limiting.
But my darling, you don't need other time wasters. If you were on the art map before, this will plaster you all over it. This will make you.
Whoa, that's mighty appealing.
And yet you hesitate.
Well,
Why? Is it because you want to make more of these nudes? These pieces of crap? I'll show you what should be done with them.
Now, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, so you care more about them. I wish you did about me.
Oh, no. Winnie, of course. Oh, Winnie, I'm sorry.
Stop talking! Kiss me!
Winnie, dear. Of course I care about you, Winnie, dear. I mean, even if you were not such a vision of loveliness, I'd be bowled over by your intellect. You are amazing. But I'm not sure I understand you. You're like a tornado or a hurricane.
And are hurricanes really misunderstood? Are hurricanes really understood? Don't scientists die every year flying into their whirlwinds, taking measurements and getting consumed? Ha! Swallowed up. There's no way of measuring.
You want?
I want.
Well, I want something too.
You do.
Yes, I do. It's a condition, in fact.
In fact.
Yes.
Okay, out with it.
I would like there to be more specially funded art training for inner city kids. With all the cutbacks in education, that's what they need to help their inner spirits grow. What do you think?
From your build-up, I thought you were going to propose mass murder in every neighborhood. That's easy. Consider it done. I'm jotting a note. $2 million for arts for children.
What? You mean it's that easy for you?
You'd like it to be hard?
But how can you get an arts project for $2 million past your Horticultural Society Board of Directors?
Oh, I can see. You are going to be a major re-education project. Where to begin, Craig? Darling, if you and I are going to work together or more, you're just going to have to stop thinking. You're just going to have to stop thinking.
Thinking like a peon?
Yeah.
No, there's no need to insult me, Winnie.
This idea of yours is not going to have any arts council for approval. My private foundation will fund it. I know your arts education idea is worthwhile just from the sound of it. Sweetie, don't be so disappointed by your good fortune.
I'm having a hard time understanding the way your world works. Mine is very simple. I hold this paintbrush, I paint what I believe is beautiful, then I try to sell it.
My world is a bit different. I hold your humble paintbrush, I make a decision, and voila, golden paintbrush.
But
I want what I want, and I get what I want. That's all you need to know. So ponder my offer, my sweetened offer. I'll give you till later this afternoon.
gee, what a huge time window.
Make your decision. Then go and visit Marty.
Why are you choosing me again? Tell me once more. Is it because you...
Excuse me. Before I go inside, I'd like a word with you. Do I seem like a horrible person? Tell me. Do you feel superior to someone like me? To a woman who knows what she wants? Chances are, you know what you want out of your life, don't you? Don't you, sir? Yeah. Yeah, what do you want? Sexy girlfriend? $1 million or $2 in the bank? Just a couple or $2 million in the bank would make me happy. Or maybe you'd like a little bit more bigger? Yeah. What do you think about that? And ladies, don't think you're off the hook. What do you really want? And what do you think about that? Do you just go out and get it? Do you just grab it? If you see a beautiful curly-haired young man at the beach, do you go for a walk with him, or do you just eat a donut instead? So, what's the difference between you and me? Huh? Exactly, yeah. I just have more resources than you, and I grab what I want. I think about that. And wait till you see what's coming next. And for heaven's sake, stop judging me.
Hi, Gwenny. How you doing?
Hello, Marty.
Come on in. Did you have any trouble finding the place?
Not at all. You described it perfectly.
Why don't you have a seat?
Oh, sure.
I don't know how much you know about me and what I do.
Oh, not much. Just that you work for Craig.
Thanks. I do good work for Craig. So what I do, and I'm sure you're familiar with this type of service, is I provide investment advice and sometimes investment management. I do this for middle-class folks, and I also do it for people with means. I believe you're in that latter category.
Quite likely.
And so I have a long list of happy clients, just like yourself.
Oh, I doubt they're like me.
Please forget about that Izzy Ranoff fund I was talking about earlier. I don't know what I was thinking about.
Forgot.
So anyway, this is about the Bright Star Renaissance Fund, a very balanced and recession-resistant fund.
Do you honestly think I want your brochures?
Well, I honestly think they're worth your while.
Is it being very forward of me to say that I hope you find me attractive?
Yes, it is forward, but I like it. I like it very much.
You're so self-assured and masculine, yet impish.
Impish. You're so curious.
Do you know what I'd like to do?
No.
Guess.
Trash all of my investment literature?
No, guess again.
Jump my bones?
Not out of the question. Later, but guess again.
Burn all of the paintings of the nudes in the world.
Marty, you're mocking me.
They,
I think, but you're not far off the mark. I need your help convincing Craig to reinvent himself. As the Claude Monet of monumental floral sculptures.
I'd like to help you, and I think you have a noble vision for Craig's success, but...
But what?
Well, these nudes, they're very important to him.
You mean his...
They're very close to his heart.
You mean his...
Well, maybe there too, but definitely to his heart.
Tell me, how attached is he to this trollop he consorts with?
You mean her?
Yeah. What is it with this woman? Does she have to follow me wherever I go? Do you have anything to drink?
Sure. More wine? Pinot Grigio? Pinot Noir?
Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir, yeah.
Okay, just a moment.
Nice little bachelor kitchen you've got here. Mixer, food processor.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't possibly relax here with that woman looking down at me. She had to go.
If I give you this wine, will you promise not to destroy anything else?
Yes, probably. I'll compensate you for it. What did you pay for it? principal financial advisor. Here is, I would like you to meet. I can't read. Too much of wine. I would like you to meet with my principal financial advisor, James. Here is his card. I will pay you $100,000 for 1-year consultation. Is that acceptable?
I'm happy to do it.
Now, you can show me that floral painting by Craig you said you had.
There is none. Sorry.
Ah, poopy. I expected more of you.
You shouldn't have. Expectations are so dangerous.
Oh, hi, Nakia.
Hi, sweetie.
How's work?
Horrible. As if those insurance firms weren't enough. They all have to argue about approvals and billing codes.
Well, you expect arguments about approvals, don't you?
In a sense.
But I must have had 3 major.
Yeah, but I must have had 3 major arguments today with insurers. Sometimes I think as if they've retired, I've become a healthcare advocate. Then I rethink and I know I couldn't stand the aggravation. But I need something to change my mood. And maybe yours. Can I interest you in a chocolate truffle?
Oh, sinful. Let me have one.
Aren't they just, what's the word?
Sublime. I've swallowed it. And it's still alive in my mouth like a wave of dark, rippling sensuality. If it were an animal, it'd be a bear cub with a glistening coat that's just lying down for a nap. Its brown fur glistening and soft.
May I taste that bear?
Sure.
Craig, so quickly. How are we going to get all any work done?
I know. With you, that's always my dilemma.
Why don't we work on a pose that's not too sexy today? So can you focus?
Well, I thought we'd continue working on language. And even though it's a dangerous mood, I promise you I will focus.
I'm fine with that. I have a surprise for you.
More treats?
In a sense.
Oh, wow. I adore you in that stunning black and pink.
I'll assume the position before you get other ideas.
Okay. Foot goes here.
Okay.
Move your elbow a bit over here. And this toe here.
Craig,
You must think I was like this with all my models.
were you?
I wouldn't have lasted. I'd have been drummed out of the profession like Thomas Eakins.
Or you could have lusted undercover for years, like Andrew Wyeth and Olga.
You're acting like an inquisitor. It's not very becoming, Nakia. How about I just paint you? Okay, I'm going back to my easel now. Now, not so long in the face. Languor is a very pleasant emotion now, remember? It's lazy and happy, remember?
Why don't you start a new painting?
Called what?
Jealous girlfriend?
I'm not getting into this. I'll just paint from memory until you decide to cooperate. A very good client is waiting for this Languor painting.
Then I'll go to the zoo and watch a languor. It's a marsupial from Madagascar. Very entertaining antics.
Now, Nakia, you're obsessing about nothing. You know, I really don't want to paint from memory. I'm going to give you an attitude adjustment. There. That's a bit better.
Hun,
Yes.
have you ever thought any more about my idea?
Was that Nakia descending a staircase where I paint you in multiple abstract positions all new?
No, not that one. Reach back into your memory. Way back to a few hours ago.
Oh, about giving up floral paintings and focusing on nudes of you?
It's not so absurd. There's definitely a market. The Philadelphia Museum of Art sent you that letter about wanting to do a show of your figurative work. Remember? Well, don't look your nose down at an exclusive show of your nudes. And the market for those flower paintings is declining.
It is not. I just had a buyer here today who expressed quite an interest.
Well, people with no taste can be found anywhere. How can a flower petal compare to this?
Oh my.
Or this. Or this. Compared to the infinite expressiveness of human flesh, a flower is so...
So what?
dead. Sweetie, when you're not doing figurative painting, you're wasting your time, honestly.
How can you say that? That is so hurtful to me.
You need to hear it. They're just not worthy of your talent. They're like ash. As uninteresting as ash. And just as deceased.
Oh, is that how you see it? Oh, not just for today. All my life's been that way. Pardon me, ladies. Can you tell from what you've seen so far that I love women? You can tell that, can't you? I adore them. All of you. And I'm sure I'd be crazy about you if your husband would let me know you. Right? Come on, Pete. If you let me, you know I'd be crazy. But the way you find us, ladies, why do you have to change us? Tell me, why do you have to change us? Are we ever good enough for you the way you find us? Cindy, are we ever just good enough that you find the guy and he's perfect the way he is? No? It's like this egg of silly putty. That's how they see us, guys. So, silly putty egg, taking the silly putty out of the egg, and I'm squishing it into a little cube now. Imagine it's a little cube. Okay, see this cube I'm making? Squished in from all sides, right? That's when they're not satisfying. They stretch us out in all directions like this. Hold the other end. Then we're being stretched out. Is that what they do? And then?
We do not.
You're not in the scene. I specifically asked Albert to keep you frozen.
The hell is what Albert wants. He's not the boss of me.
Well, will you have the decency to let me finish my soliloquy before butting in? So, you can see what I'm up against. I mean, I lost the train of my tirade. I'm going to get back into the scene. Here, catch some. Nakia, you are wonderful. You're the only model I'm using now. In fact, you're a model for so much that's beautiful in my life, but I just can't let you dictate what I paint.
Dictate? I'm just advocating for your best interests. But seriously, Craig, languorous is just going to put me to sleep. Can we do jazzy instead?
No, languorous gives the essence of your lines.
Tell it to me again, baby.
Let me sing it to you, Lady Nakia. Sing your beauty to remind you why I create poetry out of your gorgeous body. In your infinite relaxation, I find loveliness.
I remember last Tuesday, but it comes back so strong.
As traced by the sinuous line. Remember how I traced it with this fine stick of charcoal?
I do. Those lines you drew were so fluid, I think. I fit right into it.
See, you still do. Your back gracefully arches as you contemplate. Move to this point.
I'm fine with it.
And it feels good, doesn't it?
Craig.
Yes.
This is going to sound strange, because you tell me all the time.
Yeah.
Do you really think I'm beautiful?
Do I? You know that I choose you as my subject because only you move me in that special way. The model in figure painting counts for everything, and you are my all.
Sweetie, you're so... What's that?
That's just this is just a model for a project I'm considering working on.
A new project? That's exciting. You didn't tell me about that.
Well,
This is Independence Hall.
yeah, well, it's just a little something was offered to me.
And it's
Well, it's a project that this person I know came up with. It's just in the idea stage. The idea is to do transformations of my paintings and make them into statues. The concept is pretty strange.
So who's this from?
Oh, someone who reconnected with me from college, a Facebook companion.
Well, you should be suspicious of people you just know from Facebook. He might be a stalker or something. What's his name?
It's a woman. Her name is GWYNNETH.
My, what a sweet working class common name. Is she from Kensington? South Philly?
She's from the main line, and she happens to be very wealthy and well-connected. She could be very helpful to us.
Us? So this is an us thing?
I mean, there's some potential good money here. It could pay a lot of bills.
Just what is she offering you?
Well, $500,000 this year, that's if I decide to take it. We might be firming up details on the offer today, in fact. There's a chance she'll stop by here this afternoon.
Hold on a second, go back. Did you say $500,000?
Yeah, now if we can.
Wow. Would you say dedicate a part of that in advance to art